Hi everyone, DJ here. Welcome to Leg Worlds. And today, I never thought I actually gonna be talking about mostly a game company that I don't even ever mention on my channel. But this right here might be, and I'm not even joking with you. This might be the most biggest talk I have ever talked about from literally any game company in my life. So pretty much today I am talking about is PlayStation, and the reason why I'm talking about PlayStation is because most of all, it's not just PlayStation, it's mostly Sony and mostly the physical games. So I don't even know where to begin. Actually, I really don't know where to begin. So if you guys have been reading mostly the news, pretty much the beginning of July 1st, which has been almost about 2 weeks now, that PlayStation, or should I say Sony, are ending physical games in January of 2028. And when I saw this, dude, I was devastated. Now, I didn't really come from PlayStation when I mostly played the game, so I mostly shouldn't be really, kind of really shocking to me. But most of all, it's kind of like shocking to everybody because most of all, like people who have been playing these games for mostly PlayStation for so long, and most of all, they love collecting games, are now pretty much, mostly PlayStation are ending them pretty much in 2028. And I am telling you what, I have never seen so many people are so mad about this. Because if you guys can check with the post, it has about 66,000 likes with over about 106,000 comments and 179 million views. Like, this is probably one of the most biggest views I've seen from any company in a long time. And they're getting absolutely destroyed. Like, not just like destroy, like controversy talking about. I'm talking about so much backlash. Like, you got so many people are showing like most like the physical game. They talking about they just cussing like mostly PlayStation out. Even Domino's are like talking about them. Imagine getting roasted by or getting topped by Domino's. Bro, this is insane. And let me mind you, this happened in the beginning of July. And I'm telling you what, I have been playing games since I was a kid. Really have. And I love collecting physical games so much. I mean, I even have old Xbox 360 games that I collected since literally around since the Xbox 360 era. And mostly now I mostly come from mostly playing Nintendo, and I mostly have is a lot of Nintendo Switch games and a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 games, which is pretty mostly expensive now. But what am I saying is that most of all, if PlayStation really do this, then that means most of all, not only that that PlayStation will PlayStation doing this, but I have a bad feeling that Xbox and Nintendo will probably do this. Now I don't know about Nintendo in general will do this because I don't think Nintendo will do mostly physical games. Sorry, mostly do digital games. Not really tied too sure because I don't think they're ever gonna do that. But I feel like Xbox might do it because I think they made their console probably like a little bit like a digital. I think if I remember someone saying. But like, it's been all over around the news as well. There's so many videos I've been seeing from mostly people been talking about PlayStation. Like, it is insane, especially most of all, like they've been posting, like they haven't posted in most like a few days since this happened. They went off silent. Then suddenly they started posting again, and there has been so many ratios of just like I seen like 7,000 comments, 9,000 comments, and over like 4,000 comments. And like then mostly they post about when mostly I think it was a monthly thing for PlayStation Plus where they had like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Oh, sorry, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 with mostly if you get the game mostly free if you're a PlayStation Plus member. And I'm telling you what, people were not really happy. They've been trying to mostly ignore this, but I'm telling you what, PlayStation, you may not know me at all, but I'm telling you what, you are screwed. You are very screwed. Something like this you doing was a very probably the mostly stupidest idea I pretty much ever seen coming from you guys from over $1 billion company, billion, not just billion, tripling or trillion. Like, what are we doing, dude? Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm telling you what, gaming has not been this year of 2026. It has not. And believe me, there has been so many prices been going up. We had was the Nintendo Switch 2 going up for like about $50, which should be happening around September. So I'm glad Nintendo actually gave a little bit ahead of time for people who want to get the Nintendo Switch 2. Then we had was Steam Deck going up, which was like a $200 increase, by the way. I think it's like $939 now. Even the Steam machine is $1,000 with no controller. Like, what are we doing, dude? Like, in generally, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing, dude? Like has probably been the most craziest time that this happened since when prices had mostly been going up for most game, and the reason not most of the game for most of the console, and the reason is because of RAM. And it just has been such a really terrible time for people who wanted mostly, want to get a Steam Deck or want to get a Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, people still can get a Nintendo Switch 2, mostly now before September 1st. But, that doesn't mean that most of all, that, I just do not know what to say, dude. I really don't. PlayStation, dude. Of all people, dude, Look, I love PlayStation, really. I mean, I never mostly played the PlayStation console. I know that's mostly crazy to me to say, but I love mostly, what the games they make. The games they make, mostly from different companies they made, like God of War, Spider-Man. I guess you could put Call of Duty for this, too. But, it's just, seeing this, physical games ending in 2028 and they're going digital, it just breaks my heart, man. It really does. And I'm telling you what, I'm scared of what's gonna happen to mostly gaming in a few years. I just like I said earlier, I just hope that Xbox and Nintendo don't go this route, because if they do, we are screwed. We are literally screwed. Because I'm betting you right now, GameStop gotta be panicking, because after this happened, literally they gotta be panicking, because I have never seen mostly this news happen a lot. And then when I type PlayStation, there were just so many videos of physical media happening, bro. It's just, look, I might not come from PlayStation, by the way. I came from Xbox since around the Xbox 360 over as a kid. But just seeing this right now in near in the future, it's people saying gaming is coming to an end. I kind of feel like it is, because most of all, seeing this news right here, it just makes me really sad about it. But also, because people were excited for also with GTA 6, because GTA 6 is coming out around a few months, by the way, and the game is gonna be $80, and not only that, it's gonna be just $80, because I know everyone's gonna say the game's gonna be $100, but it's actually gonna be $80. And you know what the worst part about this? They're making it as a digital code. What are we doing, bro? This how customers and consumers want to accept this. But look, I know GTA 6 is literally gonna be one of the most biggest games that everyone be hyping up, but you want to charge $80 for a game that you're not even gonna have no disc in. You're just gonna have a little piece of paper that has gonna be most of the code. This right here is just the reason why most Evolve. I mostly near the future that something like this was gonna pretty much happen. Not with GTA 6 being with mostly being in the code in the box, but most of all just basically some they're gonna start doing digital. And believe me, this has been the worst time forever for mostly for games, or should I say gaming this year of 2026. And not only that, GTA 6 is going to be mostly be $80. It's also be $100 for the Ultimate Edition. Now, most of all, which this one might have to be mostly kind of the confusing part, is that if you want everything like the hair salon, the clothes, and pretty much vehicles, well, you need to buy the $100 one to mostly get all of that stuff. So instead of getting everything mostly with just the standard edition for or sorry, with the $80 game for like GTA 6, you need all that. Mostly want to see all most of the, like the hair stuff. You had to get $100, $100 to see that. I'm like, huh? Now this right here felt so weird to me because most of all, I know like kind of like Ultimate Edition that you mostly get everything in the game. Basically like with games kind of like have like the $79 one for like the Ultimate Edition, but like having a Ultimate Edition where like you don't really check out that much stuff. Oh, sorry, you don't really get the stuff that mostly with like the Standard Edition that's gonna be part of that game, but it's gonna be in the $100 one for the Ultimate Edition. Is crazy to me. Like it's just like why they did this? I have no idea. Now, PlayStation, I'm not talking, trash about you, by the way. I'm just telling you right now, I'm just the messenger boy, but right now, you guys ain't escaping this. Like, nobody's not ignoring this. There has been, like, even they posted, like, 3 hours ago, there still have been a lot, like, 1,000 comments over there, by the way. And, like, it's just, like, why do we keep making these decisions, man? Why can't we just have just normal things with, like, games? Like just like games or anything just to be just be fine, like literally. I just don't get that, man. I really don't, especially when most of all people have been collecting games for mostly different mostly from Xbox, Nintendo, what I can pretty much say, and also PlayStation. But like PlayStation just doing this is just not good at all, believe me. And I seen people saying they canceled a PlayStation Plus membership because of this too. Like, I look, I don't blame you, but like, it's just crazy that they made something like this. Like, I just don't want else to say most about this. Really don't. Like, it's just crazy, man. It really is. Like I said before, I have a bad feeling that gaming is gonna pretty much end somewhere in the near future. Really is. People have been saying about it. I had a feeling about mostly this too after I seen that post as well. And not just that, also with mostly with Domino's I said about earlier. KFC, yes, also KFC is talking about PlayStation as well. Like they do. This might have probably been the worst news I have probably ever seen ever. And believe that's something coming out from mostly Roblox, by the way. And I ain't even talking about a video about Roblox, like, at all. Since I mostly. And believe me, somewhere, I think this month, I was going to talk about Roblox. But for right now, actually, this right here might be the most biggest talk about of all time on this channel. And, look, I'm mostly upset about this because if they don't really, do something about this, believe me, people are going to start losing out of PlayStation. I've seen even people bought, like, the Nintendo Switch 2. There's just so many like tweets, so many posts of people buying Nintendo Switch 2, and it's just like it is making Nintendo like the mostly like the good guys actually, which people probably mostly kind of mostly surprised about that actually. But hey, at least Nintendo is kind of like getting most of the bread while PlayStation having a whole entire mostly a war going on. But I don't know guys, they're not gonna change it anyway. So like I said. It mostly if they don't really do something about this, they're gonna lose a lot of people. They really are, and people have been mostly supporting PlayStation for a long time. So I just had to say this before I ended the video. Do you guys still most of all, do you guys want mostly physical games or mostly digital games? Because I had to stick with physical games. They're really part of mostly owning the games, mostly that we buy mostly from Walmart, GameStop, or even like Target, especially Best Buy. So let me know, comment down below what you guys pretty much pick for mostly two of those, mostly in the comment down below. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. If you guys enjoyed, sure you know what to do. So I will see y'all tomorrow afternoon in the next video. Bye.